Welcome and namaskar. We have a very special feature for all the moms to be and those planning their journey into motherhood. Pregnancy it's a beautiful, transformative experience, but I think, let's be real, when it comes to reality with its fair share of physical changes, emotional ups and downs, and of course, plenty of questions. One practice that has been a game changer for many expecting moms is the prenatal yoga, not just for staying active, but for mental well-being, relaxation, and even preparing for labor. So today we will be talking on how yoga can support both the body and mind during pregnancy, and I would say who better to guide us through this than our fabulous guest right here, that is Juhi Mehta Desai, the powerhouse behind Mantra Yoga, Digitas Digital Marketing, and a former Mrs. India, New Jersey. Welcome, Juhi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ITV Gold, Pia, for inviting.
It's always nice when you come to ITV Gold. So let's talk, Juhi. First of all, tell me, from an IT degree to yoga guru, how did this transformation happen? Was it like an aha moment, or was it like a gradual journey for you?
Yes, so like you said, I was working a very hardcore, a job which requires a lot of your involvement in day-to-day life. Like I used to work 12 to 14 hours in that aggressive job environment while expecting my daughter. Mm-hmm. So, luckily I come from medical background. So my dad is a doctor and he saw it and he highly recommended me joining some sort of activity where not only you are relaxing, but you're also moving your body, because, working on computers in one posture, especially when you're pregnant, you're expecting, it's not really healthy for yourself, your mental health, or your baby.
Absolutely.
So that was a moment when I really pushed myself. I joined prenatal yoga classes somewhere around the area. And after a couple of sessions, I would say just within a week of time frame, I'm seeing a complete drastic change in my personality. Not only that used to be the best 1 hour of my entire day, but at the same time, when I was going for my physical checkup, my gynec, she was surprised how your blood pressure level is, very calming, how you are looking more active. I was able to move very freely, which was restricted in my earlier days. And so, that was the time when I really noticed that, eventually our goal by the end of the day is to be happy, to be healthy.
Absolutely. I think especially when you're pregnant, I feel, as is pregnancy, it is full of surprises. And so tell me, when there is a, mom would-be who's going to be a mom, she comes to you. What is for the prenatal yoga? So what is the most common concern they have?
So you said, when I started teaching prenatal yoga, I noticed a great response from the moms. And like you said, there are some restrictions when it comes to prenatal yoga. So I highly recommend going through a certified prenatal yoga instructor. Please do not try to do this from YouTube or where you're thinking
at home, on your own.
At home, because your condition is extremely different.
Delicate.
You don't know what the instructor is teaching on YouTube. You cannot relate yourself to the same person. And always I require your gynec's permission before enrolling any mom. I would highly recommend not to do any yogic exercise without guidance, in especially first trimester, which is initial 3 months of your time. And then always, go to the certified instructor whom you trust. You also need 2 years to, share and listen to those moms who are going through this, I would say, surprising journey, not really rough. But there are a lot of unknowns in your pregnancy.
Exactly.
So that's my advice, just go through the certified prenatal instructor.
So tell me, is it a myth or a fact that you have to be pretty flexible when you have to do prenatal yoga?
I would say it's pretty much a myth. Because, a lot of time the moms, and also in day-to-day life, people who want to join yoga, they just come from, we call it kind of like a preconceived notion, where you are just forming the thoughts and assumption back of your mind before even actually experiencing the journey. So in yoga, you don't really have to be flexible. In fact, yoga is something which is going to make you flexible throughout your practice. And we do very, very common, very low-key positions for new moms, where I'm combining breathing and postures and meditation, everything together, where they are going through the complete mind, body, and soul experience. It's not really how they show on the TV, where you are doing, the Shirshasana, upside down positions,
Right.
and something too fancy.
Right.
So I would highly recommend, please do not judge before enrolling yourself. Always go try, and always share with your instructor what you are looking for
And what
in
you're
your
comfortable
practice.
with.
Yes, definitely.
So, I have seen a lot of my friends when they were expecting, they were like very stressed up. And most of them are stressed up, during pregnancy. So tell me, how does prenatal yoga help with the, mental health?
Yeah, so like you said, it's a great question, because not only during the pregnancy, like talking about my own self, I was extremely possessive, being my first pregnancy. I used to overthink in every small change, so not only during that time, but I've seen a lot of common issues in postpartum depression, because there are crazy hormonal changes when you are not really mentally prepared for the childbirth. It's like you are welcoming entire new life in your day-to-day routine, where you're not prepared for the unknown. And I have seen a lot of hormonal changes and mental health issues for moms. So in that process, like I said, the breathing techniques we are doing while teaching prenatal yoga, combining with some postures, where it just not only calms you down internally, it balances your thought process. At the same time, when you're interacting with an instructor who's already gone through the same journey, it's like I said, sometimes you just need people to hear you. And being an instructor, like what people find amusing is not only they are able to balance their thoughts and anxiety, but they're also finding a friend in the form of instructor, where they are able to kind of guide you through the journey. So I would highly recommend, even after the childbirth, just speak up when you are going through any sort of mental health issues. Any depression is not a taboo. You really have to, share your concern either with your gynec or anybody you feel trustworthy in your family, who's supportive, who's encouraging all the process. And like you said, yoga has wonderful effects in hormonal balance, and your diet combining with other postures. Definitely you are going to see a huge difference.
And I think, if people join yoga classes, prenatal yoga, and I feel it becomes like a groups of friends. You make so many friends there, and then you can do a lot of stuff,
Yes.
It can be very helpful, even in stress and stuff like that.
Yes, right.
So tell me, like, I remember when I was expecting, sleep was a big thing.
Yeah.
I could not sleep, tossing and turning, and everything else going on. So you think, like, if somebody is doing yoga or prenatal yoga that time, yes, so it would help with that also?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, because time to time bodily changes, it's not really easy on expecting moms. Sometimes you have your stomach is expanding. Some of the positions you are not comfortable to sleep in. Some of the anxiety issues, your hormonal changes, which is disturbing your sleep, especially in last 3 months when I'm seeing. So the pranayam, breathing and meditation, combining all these techniques what we are teaching, I always highly recommend doing those right before the bedtime for the new moms. And it's so surprising that just after one session, I'm getting a feedback that we were able to sleep really well.
Wow.
Just with, that one set of pranayam or breathing what you are asking to practice. So it's not really, a myth. It's really like, even I'm amused myself how fast the moms are seeing the results with, their own channeling through the breathing and posture, and that positivity eventually what you're bringing to yourself is going to calm you down and helping you day-to-day life with including your sleep patterns.
So do you think, Juhi, like, जैसे हम लोग हैं सारे, from India and stuff like that, We are very shy. We don't want to be talking about, if we are pregnant and we have any kind of issue. And do you think we get very shy and we're not open and honest about stuff?
Yeah, so that's what exactly.
That's what takes us to this, mental state then.
Yes, yes, definitely. So like I said, you really have to make sure your own doctor is very supportive. You should be able to have a couple of the support group of women. It could be your yoga instructor, it could be your doctor or a good friend, where you are openly able to share all these issues. At the same time, like I said, some of the topics like mental health or anxiety or depression, now it's good that we are spreading the awareness, and I highly encourage to open up about these issues.
जैसे हिंदी में कहते हैं ना, जिसने की शर्म उसके फूटे करम.
Foote karam, exactly.
So just don't be shy. You need to talk to somebody about
Yes,
stuff.
yes, because see, in these situations where you are not able to figure out yourself what really is happening, it's unfortunate. I have seen so many cases of increasing postpartum depression. There are cases where we see in the news, which is so unfortunate, where moms are actually committing suicide.
Wow.
So we don't want to reach to that state where, there is so much of a help surrounding, and you just have to take that one brave step of speaking up. It's very common. Anxiety issues are extremely common these days. Even the stars, the Bollywood stars, and a couple of big celebrities are opening up. So that is like the number one thing where you have to really acknowledge and open up about those things.
So do you think for the moms who really haven't done yoga before, where and how should they start?
Yeah, so they can, anytime when they are enrolling with me, there is a normal process where there are a couple of questions I am asking them. If they are literally the first time moms, I always start very slow and steady, and that's the reason normally I encourage to enroll for the personal session rather than going for the big group. The group yoga, definitely time to time when you are in your final trimester, you are able to do some sort of activities where you are not involving too much of a doctor's permission, that's totally fine. But those moms who haven't done it ever, we always start very slow, and wherever, if they are not comfortable, we can anytime modify the postures for them. So it's really safe and easy.
So since, you are talking about that, of course, you are a yoga instructor, and you must have definitely seen a lot of postpartum recoveries. So tell me, does it really help them if they have started it from the beginning, doing yoga and all that? Does it really help them? And do the moms quickly kind of bounce back, or time लगता है तो भी वापस normal आने में?
Yeah, so like you said, the moms, I have definitely seen the difference, including myself, where I was doing a lot of prenatal yoga in my final trimester. Definitely one big difference it's making is right after the childbirth, when your body is going through a lot of recovery, I found myself, even physically, I found myself recovering pretty fast, fairly. At the same time, the aches and pains right after the lengthy process, it reduces so much so that your body is as good as, it's very similar to your pre-pregnancy state, where you are able to, hold the baby, or
I can see you look back to normal.
Yeah, so that's one. I'm an example myself. Like the weight gain I had was just very, very rapidly I was able to lose. At the same time, I gained a lot, which is something is not always in your control. Sometimes it's hereditary, sometimes it's your own hormonal changes. But when I wanted to come back to pre-pregnancy weight, right after my yoga training, that was the time when I was back to normal. And not only that, I was able to gain my core strength, everything which was as good as before. Sometimes I feel even stronger after childbirth.
Wow.
So that is a miracle. Like, that's definitely something you should not underestimate. And for the recovery and postpartum also, you have to continue the yoga journey time to time.
Any message you want to give out to our ITV Gold viewers?
Sure. So, number one thing, like we are seeing, I would encourage all the viewers to just give yourself some time in health and wellness, if not at least, 15 to 20 minutes a day, and encouraging everybody to speak up. Your yoga instructor, you have to trust your doctor or anybody who's professionally in this field, because there's so much going on. There's digitalization where we are not able to get out of the screens.
Right.
The weather is super cold where you're not getting the sunlight. So it's very easy to fall into that shell where you're not moving or doing anything for yourself. So the ITV Gold viewers, first of all, again, thank you so much for the opportunity. And I would highly recommend spending 30 minutes of your time for daily yoga or anything physical.
Thank you so much, Juhi. Thank you.
Thank you.